Let's go over the best skills in Starfield, of course without any story spoilers, starting with a very crucial one, boost pack training. You will already find boost packs as equipment that you can then wear like helmets and spacesuits, but without the training skill unlocked you can't properly use them. Which means you don't have access to the amazing double jump ability a boost pack provides. This makes traversing the many planets much easier, especially ones with lower gravity, as well as allow you to quickly reposition yourself in combat and reach places you otherwise couldn't. So an incredibly useful tool to have in your arsenal and well worth the 1 skill point it takes to unlock. And speaking of combat, there are many useful skills to buff your fighting abilities, but they are very much up to your own preference. There are skills for many individual weapon types like melee weapons, shotguns, rifles, pistols, so it's really up to you to decide what type fits your playstyle best. Although if I were to recommend one skill from this tree, it would be ballistics. You see, where a pistol or rifle certification increases your damage with a single weapon type, ballistics instead increases the damage of any weapon that uses ballistic ammo, so regular bullets. A similar skill is available for laser weapons, which is also very useful, although in my experience most weapons and ammo you find while fighting and exploring are ballistic. So I recommend you start with that for a nice extra boost in damage, and then once you've had the chance to try out different weapon types and see what you like, specialize in your favorites to up the damage even further. And let's take a step back and talk about the skill system a bit, as you can already unlock 3 skills for free during character creation depending on your background. So smart to pick one with some of the best skills I mention here, like Diplomat and Soldier, although you can of course unlock every skill afterwards with skill points as well. Skills are sorted into 5 categories, each of which have 4 tiers. To unlock a new tier you have to spend a certain amount of points in that category. So for instance, if I want a rifle certification to upgrade my damage with rifles, I need to invest 3 more skill points in the combat category first. All skills we'll be mentioning in this video are from the first tier, so you can grab any one of these by just spending a single skill point on that skill. But each individual skill also has 4 levels, and these are unlocked by performing skill challenges that have you use that skill in action. So if you want to increase the level of your ballistic skill, you will need to defeat enemies with ballistic weapons before you can upgrade it. Simply completing the challenge isn't enough, as you also need to spend a skill point if you want to level it up. And there are way more skills you want to get early, but of course if you enjoyed the video so far, then it would be awesome if you could leave a like. And subscribe to not miss our other spoiler-free Starfield tips and tricks, because we got way more coming and up on the channel already. If you want to give yourself an edge in starship combat, there's a skill in the tech tree that will give you access to an amazing new ability, targeting control systems. These allow you to lock onto an enemy ship and then use the left stick to specifically target a subsystem to destroy. You can target the shields or weapons, although my recommended target is always the engine. Destroying a ship's engines means that you can dock and board it, take out the crew and steal the ship for yourself if you want it. Just keep in mind that you need to pay a registration fee if you want to keep said ship, which you can do by talking to the ship mechanics present at major landing pads and then view and modify your ships. Early on, this is a very nice way to set yourself up with a better model than the starting one. So if stealing ships sounds like your jam, then the targeting control system skill is a must grab. If you'd rather steal something with both feet on the ground, then you want to invest some skill points in the security skill. This is tied to the digi lockpicking minigame that you'll need to use to hack open crates, computers and more, with the problem being that by default you can only hack novice level locks. Anything above that requires points spent in the security tree, with advanced locks becoming available at first level, expert at the second and master at the third. Unsurprisingly, the skill challenge for security simply has you picking more locks, so nothing tricky to it, and I really recommend grabbing this one as one of your earliest skills. I didn't do it in my first playthrough, meaning I had to pass up on many locked doors and chests. And with how big Starfield is, there's no way I'm going back for those if I even remember where I left all of them. So if you don't want to miss out on any hidden or locked away loot, invest some skill points in security. But of course, many people won't be happy if they find you stealing from their safe, so you'll definitely want to be stealthy as well. And stealth is actually another skill you want to put at least 1 point into, as without it, you have no idea if you're being watched or not. But grabbing the first level of stealth will make this handy detection meter appear on your screen as soon as you crouch, showing if you are hidden or detected and how close enemies are to detecting you. If you really want to go all in on being sneaky, getting the second level is also really worth it, as it upgrades distorts the meter to show how much noise you are currently making, and it makes it harder for enemies to detect you as well. But instead of going behind people's back, you can also simply try just talking to them and persuading them to give you what you need. And while a level in the persuasion skill is not required in order to attempt to persuade someone, each level increases your chances of success. In case you don't know, sometimes in dialogue you'll get an option that has persuade in brackets next to it. By picking that option, you'll enter into a negotiation minigame where you fill the persuasion meter in order to convince someone. Each dialogue option has a difficulty, so green, orange and red, and a score that shows how many marks you add to your persuasion meter if you succeed. The difficulty determines your chance at success, with higher difficulty options often offering more points but at a higher chance of failure. By putting points in the persuasion skill, you increase your chance of success at any persuasion attempt, meaning easy options are almost guaranteed to succeed and harder options much likelier to. And while it might sound boring, the stuff you can get away with in some quests by simply convincing someone to do what you want is pretty insane. I've had guards hand me their security keycards, people letting me steal from their personal vault, and the more you invest in persuasion, the higher the chance you're able to pull off stuff like this. Another really useful skill you can also find in the social tree is commerce. While this one might be a bit more straightforward than some of the other skills we've mentioned, the benefits are really nice. At first level, you gain a 5% discount for anything you purchase, and anything you sell goes for 10% more credits. By completing the skill challenge, which has you selling a specific amount of unique items, you can upgrade the bonus to a 20% discount and a 25% increase in sales prices. And unique items in this case just means you need to keep selling different items, as selling multiple copies of the same item will not count towards progress. But whether it's upgrading a spaceship, stocking up on ammo and map packs, or gathering the resources to build a new outpost, you can never have enough credits, so by grabbing the commerce skill early, you can start working on that fortune as soon as possible. Which also means you want to carry as many things as possible so you can sell more stuff at once. To help with this, you can invest some points in the weightlifting skill to increase your carrying capacity. This leaves more space for stuff to loot, but it also allows you to easily carry multiple weapons on you at a time. And since you're going to run into problems with your inventory space eventually, it's smart to invest an early point in weightlifting to raise your initial capacity by 10 kilograms so you can start doing the challenge and work towards the final level of the skill for an increased capacity of 100. Weightlifting can be found in the physical tree, which has many skills that are just generally useful. We already covered stealth, but putting points into wellness for increased health or fitness for more oxygen so you can sprint longer without running out of breath can also be very useful. Let us know what your favorite skills are in the comments, and subscribe for more spoiler-free Starfield tips and tricks videos. Be sure to leave a like on this one, and if the next video is already up, you can watch it by clicking on the screen. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.